Manchester United apparently leading the race to sign Alphonso Davies as a free agent this summer. Ruben Amorim keen on bringing back Angel Gomes to the club, also on a free transfer next summer. And left-back position apparently the priority for the January transfer window. These are some of the topics we will be discussing on this morning's live show. But before we get into that, please do me a small favour. Make sure you smash a like on today's video. Let's try and see 500 likes on this episode. And if this is your first time watching, please also subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, we're literally just about to hit 40,000 subscribers. So go and do that right now if you haven't already. Okay, let's start the story talking about Angel Gomes then. And today I want you to let me know in the comment section, would you like to see Angel Gomes back at Manchester United? Obviously currently playing football over in the French League. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And also, would you like to see Alphonso Davies at Manchester United? Let me know in the comments below. But let's start the show off by talking a little bit about Angel Gomes, because the news coming out this morning, this is coming from multiple different journalists here in the UK today, is that apparently Manchester United are pushing to re-sign Angel Gomes. The story says that Angel Gomes is a top target for Manchester United under Ruben Amorim. It says Dan Ashworth and Jason Wilcox believe he will be a crucial part of Amorim's master plan for success. And you know what? I would agree with that. I would completely agree with that. Obviously, he knows the club. He's come through the youth academy. And we saw, obviously, his cameos for England. I think it was at was it in the last international break? He was really, really good. Only 24 years of age. As I said, we wouldn't have to pay a transfer fee because his contract expires in June 2025. He wants to come back to Manchester United. And the thing that I really like about Angel Gomes is his versatility. And I think that's something that's really admired in an Angel Gomes, in a Ruben Amorim style team. You know, players that can offer lots of different things. And Angel Gomes is exactly that type of player. Obviously, his primary position is as the central attacking midfielder, but he can also play as a central midfielder. He can play as a defensive midfielder. So he is very versatile and he offers lots of different things to the team. So yeah, really, really excited about the prospect of bringing him back. And I think, you know, if we were to able to bring him back for free, which we are because he's about to run out of contract at Lille, I think it would be a great signing. And when you think that Christian Eriksen's going to leave in the summer, his contract's going to expire, a logical replacement for me would be Angel Gomes. You know, Christian Eriksen leaves on a free agent, and then you bring in Angel Gomes as a free agent. I think it's an upgrade. I know Christian Eriksen's been decent this season. I'm not going to put him down. He has been good, but the guy's 32. He'll be 33 in literally a month or so. And he's on big money as well, you've got to remember, Christian Eriksen. He's on about 150k a week. So, you know, if you were to let Christian Eriksen leave, which we will, we'd be saving about £8 million a year in wages alone, which is huge. And then if you compare that with, say, Angel Gomes, right? Let's have a look at his wages at Lille. It's literally a drop in the ocean compared to Christian Eriksen. So Angel Gomes apparently per season earns about £600,000 a year. He earns about $10,000 a week. So you've got one player on $150,000 a week in Christian Eriksen, and then you've got Angel Gomes on about $10,000 a week. So he currently earns 1/15 of what Christian Eriksen earns. Obviously, I imagine Angel Gomes would be paid more than what he's paid at Lille, but you get the point here. Even if Man United said to Angel Gomes, you know what, we'll give you 50 grand a week, right? That's 5 times what he earns now. It would still be £100,000 a week less than what Christian Eriksen's earning. So when you look at it like that, you can see where we can save money next summer, you know, by letting go of some of these players. Obviously, Eriksen's contract is up, Lindelof's contract's up, Maguire's contract's up, Johnny Evans' contract's up. I think there's a couple of others I've probably forgotten, but there's quite a few players who are on big money who will be leaving the club next summer. You know, Maguire, 200 grand a week, Lindelof, 150 grand a week, Eriksen, 150 grand a week. Like already that's £500,000 a week that Manchester United will save in wages. And if we're clever in how we replace them, i.e. by signing people like Angel Gomes for free, I think we can save a lot of money next summer in wages. So I'm quite excited about this, but I'd be keen to get you guys' opinions. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Charles says that he doesn't want Angel Gomes. He's too small. Okay. I mean, there's lots of small players. Amad Diallo's small. Do you like Amad? Like, I don't really get this whole small thing. I mean, Lionel Messi's small, isn't he? I understand what you're saying. Generally a small player in the Premier League, it's a bit like of a questionable thing, isn't it? But I don't think just because somebody's small, that means that they can't play. So let me just completely shut down this argument. Angel Gomes is 5'7", okay? And Amad Diallo is 5'8". So there's 1 inch in height difference between Angel Gomes and Amad Diallo. But I imagine most people watching this video today will be saying that they like Amad Diallo, right? And that he works in the Premier League and he's one of our best players and he has to start. But then how can we also say that Angel Gomes is too small and he won't work in the Premier League because he's an inch smaller than Amad Diallo? Like, it doesn't really make sense to me. Yes, he's small, but I think in some ways, as we've seen with Amad Diallo, he's got that low centre of gravity where, he can kind of weave around players and stuff. So I understand what you're saying. Height sometimes is an issue, but I don't think in this situation it is, because we've got quite a few small players. Obviously, we've got Martinez, he's small, he's still decent. We've got Amad Diallo, he's small, he's decent. Yeah, I see no problem with it. But obviously, you're entitled to your opinion. That's completely fine. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Angel Gomes in the comment section below. I think he would definitely be a good signing. And he's definitely an upgrade on... What's he called? On Eriksen, I think. I do like Eriksen, but I just think, at the age of 33, you can't be giving Eriksen a new contract at the age of 33 on £8 million a year. Like, this, it just doesn't work for me. Morgan says, where would Angel Gomes play though? We have too many players in that same position. Well, you got to think about it like this, right? Eriksen's going to go and we need to replace Eriksen. So that's where he'll go. He'll replace Eriksen. It's as simple as that. It's a squad game. So let's see. Yeah. So it's as simple as that. Christian Eriksen leaves and Angel Gomes comes in to replace him. So yeah, I have no problem with that. Al says Xerxes is a giant, but he still can't score. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think it's all about the ability. I know height obviously does play a factor, but you could have a tall player who's not very good or a really small player who's not very good. I think I understand the point you're making. If you've got an average footballer who's really small, then obviously that's a disadvantage, right? But Angel Gomes isn't average, in my opinion. I think he's very talented, and we knew that when he was at Manchester United. We knew that he was a talented footballer. He's gone away. He's learnt his craft, and I think it's probably about time he comes back. But you can let me know your thoughts on that in the comments section below. Let's move on from there though, and let's talk about the left back position, because Fabrizio Romano is saying that a left back is the priority for Manchester United in 2025. He says that Ruben Amorim wants a top left-footed player who can play in different positions. Now, this news feeds nicely on to the next topic, which is, of course, Alphonso Davies. It would be an absolute dream if we could sign Alphonso Davies. I think he's one of the best left wing backs, whatever you want to call him. I know he can operate in lots of different positions on the left-hand side, but I think he would be an absolute dream signing for Manchester United. Only 24 years of age. I think he's the real deal. I think we'd all agree on that. So yeah, the news this morning is saying that apparently Manchester United are willing to pay more than any other club in wages for Alphonso Davies. More than Real Madrid, more than Bayern Munich. Does that mean we'll get him? We know that Alphonso Davies wants to leave Alphonso Davies wants to leave Bayern Munich because he wants more money, and they're not willing to give him the money he wants, right? So unless Bayern Munich change their stance and suddenly throw the checkbook at him, he's not going to probably stay there. We know that Real Madrid sometimes overspend on wages, but generally they are quite competitive. We saw Casemiro was at Real Madrid. He was on 150k a week. He asked for a pay rise. They said no, and they sold him to Manchester United. And we gave Casemiro 350k a week. So you can see, you can see that Manchester United do generally overspend on players, on wages. Now, in relation to Alphonso Davies, obviously with it being a free transfer, there will be some sort of signing on fee, of course, but we wouldn't have to give Bayern Munich any transfer fee. So that has to kind of be factored into the amount that you offer him in wages, because, Alphonso Davies on the transfer market is probably a 50-60 million pound player. Would you agree? Something around that kind of figure. So, say he's on 200 grand a week at Bayern Munich, the question is, do Manchester United say, you know what, we'll give you 250, 300 a week? And I would say yes, because I think he's probably world class, to be honest. And when you think that we're paying Mason Mount 250k a week, we're paying Casemiro 350k a week, we're paying Rashford 300k a week, do you honestly think that Alphonso Davies doesn't deserve to be on the same amount of pay as them? I think Bruno's on over 300k a week now. So we've already kind of created this wage structure. And at the moment we are rewarding, let's say, some average players with massive amounts of money. I mean, we give Mason Mount 250k a week. What was the logic behind that? So if we were willing to give Mason 250, then I think Alphonso Davies easily could earn 250, 300 a week. Easy. Because he is quality. You know, he's won Champions Leagues. I mean, to be fair, Mason Mount's won the Champions League as well. But you know what I mean. Alphonso Davies has been one of the best players in his position for a very, very long time. Whereas Mason Mount left Chelsea after a poor season. We paid massive amounts of money for him and gave him a huge contract. You know, it's not really comparable. The situation with Alphonso Davies is that his contract's expiring. He wants more money, but Bayern Munich aren't willing to give him the money he wants. So it's not that they don't want him. It's just that they're not willing to give him, the pay rise that he's looking for. But I would really like to see Alphonso at Manchester United. Obviously, you know, when you're coming up against Real Madrid, it makes it difficult, I think. Obviously, we know that Lenny Yoro ended up at Manchester United. Again, that was probably because we offered more money in transfer fee and more money in wages, and we ended up getting him. So maybe this is another example of where Manchester United will, I want to say, outpay Real Madrid, because I honestly don't think at this moment in time players would rather come to Manchester United than Real Madrid. Let's be honest here. You know, Real Madrid are in the Champions League. You know, they're winning Champions Leagues. Like, Real Madrid are a top footballing side at the moment, whereas Man United aren't. So I don't think he would come predominantly for footballing reasons. He probably would be motivated by money, clearly. That's why he wants to leave Bayern Munich. But I mean, you know, just because people are motivated by money doesn't mean that they're not going to perform. I still think coming to Manchester United is obviously a massive honour and something that he would probably be very proud and happy to do. But it's just a case of who's going to give me the most money, you know. And if we offer more than Real Madrid, which the story this morning is reporting that this is coming out from Christian Falk, I believe, and he is reporting that Manchester United are leading the race to sign Alphonso Davies because they're willing to effectively offer the most amount of money. More money than Real Madrid and more money than Bayern Munich. That's what's being reported today, which, I don't know. I don't have a problem with it, as I said. He says Manchester United's interest in Alphonso Davies is getting more concrete by the day, with the money they're willing to offer being higher than what Bayern Munich and Real Madrid are willing to offer. So there you go. But you can let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section. Like, we've got to be realistic here. We know why players will be coming to Manchester United, you know. But at the same time, I do think a lot of players will be looking at our situation and think we've just signed a top manager. We've got a decent squad. We're playing in the Premier League. You know, there's all these reasons that Manchester United is still appealing. Massive, biggest fan base in the world. Huge stadium. You know, all of these things are good. And they're all things that will attract players. So, yeah, I'm not going to look at it so bluntly, just like he's only coming for the money. But I think Ineos have to get this deal done. If they would sign Alphonso Davies, it would be a massive deal. Terso says, the question is, what is his current pay and how much money do you think he's asking for? That's a good question. So currently, Alphonso Davies earns £180,000 a week at Bayern Munich, which isn't actually that much. I know people are going to be like, what? That's so much. Imagine if I was earning that amount of money. Like, I get it. For me or you, 180 grand a week is a hell of a lot of money. But if you look at that in relation to our squad, right? So keep that figure in mind, £180,000 a week. Yeah. At the moment, Anthony earns 200,000 a week. Mason Mount earns 250. Rashford earns 300. Bruno earns 300. Casemiro earns 350. I mean, I would probably say that Alphonso Davies goes in at the very, very top with our highest earners, you know, around 300 grand a week. Alphonso Davies has achieved more in his career than Rashford has. He's achieved more in his career than Bruno has. And he's 4 years younger than Bruno. So, yeah, I would easily say that Man United would probably offer him around 250, 300k a week. And I would have no problem with that because we wouldn't be paying a transfer fee. So it'd be a free transfer, Give him 250, 300 grand a week, which is almost double what he's earning at Bayern Munich. And I would be happy with that. But I'd be interested to know, like, how do you feel about that? How much do you think Manchester United should offer Alphonso Davies? He's on 180 grand a week at Bayern at the moment. He wants more money. He wants to leave the club. Yeah, I think you're going to have to be talking closer to 3, I reckon, to get him. Which doesn't sound that far off, you know. The fact that we gave Casemiro 350k a week, arguably that was under John Murta, Richard Arnold, etc. That wasn't under Ineos. But I think they have to have some players where they make exceptions. I mean, Matthias de Ligt is earning 200 grand a week. He's earning more than Alphonso Davies. Maguire's earning 200 grand a week, earning more than Alphonso Davies. Like, a team that finished 8th in the Premier League last season is paying Maguire and de Ligt more than what Bayern Munich are paying Alphonso Davies. It doesn't add up, does it? So I can see why he's saying, I want more money. So yeah, 250 to 300k would be my kind of guideline. Give him a big signing on bonus, maybe 10 million. So yeah, that would be my stance on it. But you can obviously let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Right, let's see what else we've got lined up for the show today. There is some good news. And the good news is this, that apparently 12 out of the 14 players that were called up for international duty have returned back to Manchester injury-free. So that's really, really positive. The only 2 players that are a doubt for the game against Ipswich on Sunday are Martinez and Lindelof. All of the other players have come back. They're all fine. Mainu's back in training. Mount is. Luke Shaw's training. Lenny Yoro's training. We have a full-strength squad now. Literally, apart from Martinez and Lindelof, who might be all right, but at the moment, we're still waiting to find out on those 2 players. But it is good to see, and I think, you know, we're setting off this new Ruben Amorim era in the best way here with a full-strength squad. Let's go and get these 3 points against Ipswich. We have to beat Ipswich. I'm sorry. Like, I know it's the first game. I'm not going to be, you know, judging Ruben Amorim too much, but I think the mood is positive at the moment. I feel like we do have a bit of momentum. Obviously, Van Nistelrooy's kind of interim spell left the club in quite a positive place, I feel. You know, obviously we what did we win? Win 2 and drew 1. So yeah, I'm excited to see how we get on in this first game against Ipswich Town. But I'm going to wrap the video up here. It feels like a good point to